great to be with Cage Warriors. A huge fan of the show, and you've always wanted a fight, and it's been a long time coming. So hopefully I'll put on a good show.
Yeah, I'm fighting Owen Roddy. You know, he's a very talented fighter. I think it's a good matchup for me. I like the challenge. You know, I look forward to this.
I like to push the pace. I like to get in my opponent's face from the beginning.
I have a good game plan going to this fight, and I believe, you know, he has a good strike, and I want to strike him as well. You know, I'm not afraid to strike, and then, but I just believe, you know, my strength is always on the ground. So, you know, if I take him to the ground, I think it's gonna be like, you know, it's gonna be where I want to go for this fight.
I think I'll have the advantage on the stand-up. I've got a lot of range on him, so he's got to get past that range to get anywhere, and that's where he's going to find it difficult. It means everything, you know, and I'm going to go in and get the win, you know. Trying too hard for this. It's my time now, so yeah, it's going to be my night tomorrow night.
My prediction in the fight is going to be, I think it's going to be the first round submission.
I think I'm going to stop my strikes, you know, wear them down and stop my strikes.
And here we go, ladies and gentlemen, 3 rounds, bantamweight action, making his way to the cage first, from the USA, Wilson Reis.
So co-main event action, professional bantamweight division. Wilson Reis from Brazil, coming by way of Philadelphia. He is representing the Goido Jiu-Jitsu Club of BJJ United. He comes with a record of 15-4. And it's great to introduce this elite level fighter to Cage Warriors. The former Bellator signee appeared 9 times for the promotion. Reis is a 27-year-old Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, a former XC bantamweight champion, holding notable wins over UFC competitors Henry Martinez and Brian Caraway, as well as Bellator bantamweight champion Zach Makovsky. His losses have been to standout fighters like former Bellator champion Edward Dantes and Team Nogueira's Patricio Freire. He brings an aggressive BJJ style and is like a fireball when he gets momentum, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, we say this about a lot of bantamweights, but this guy really is incredibly dynamic in the scrambles and in the takedowns. He won the Mundials as a brown belt, and if you do that, that's a tremendous accolade. Obviously, he's been a black belt for quite some time now, really does have excellent jiu-jitsu. I've watched some footage of him compete in no-gi events over in the States, and his takedowns are second to none. They're relentless and they're persistent. That really is the key for him here tonight. Owen Roddy holds quite an upright boxing stance, and that's probably what Wilson Reis is going to look to capitalize on.
Yeah, he also got further recognition for his role on Dominic Cruz's team at Tough Series 15. Goes over to the Alliance gym, trains down there with those guys, Dominic Cruz, Ross Pearson, some great training for him.
Yeah, he can sometimes in striking exchanges get drawn into being very wild, over-committing on his punches, losing his balance a little. He's going to have to be very careful against a striker like Rowdy Owen Roddy.
Oh, for sure. Very dangerous, this Rowdy Owen Roddy. And here is Wilson Reis.
And his opponent making his way to the cage, fighting out of the red corner, from Ireland, Owen Roddy.
And here is Rowdy Owen Roddy from Ireland, representing SBG and coming with a record of 11-3. Yet another top-level athlete to roll out of SBG Ireland. And in fact, those close to SBG would have predicted Roddy to have led the charge on the international scene, as he's been part of the setup for 10 years now. Interestingly, Roddy used to pay for his training by cleaning the gym mats when he started, so he's come a very long way. Been quiet for the last 2 years due to commitments outside of the cage, but he kicked off his career, an exclusive contract with Cage Warriors tonight, and will go hard to maintain his 7-fight win streak, which dates back to 2008.
Very dynamic striker is Owen Roddy. His most vicious weapon is that rear knee, that left knee that he throws when he switches his stance up. He's put away a lot of opponents with that. He sort of hinted that he likes punishing his opponents in those moments. critical for him tonight is that encounter moment, when those first exchanges happen, when Wilson Hayes probably looks for those takedowns and Roddy looks to punish him on the way in. Critical for him here tonight.
Yes, a former featherweight. Roddy holds a unanimous decision victory over UFC veteran Shannon Gaggerity. Tonight he's obviously competing at bantamweight, which he made easily, and will surely look to use that reach advantage over the shorter Wilson Hayes. Which variety of knees that you were talking about, that he sets up them so very well off of hand combinations.
I mean, he has an excellent defensive ground game as well. That fight with Shannon Gugati, he ended up in a few tricky moments, a few bad positions, had his back taken. At one point, he managed to work his way out. But, and this is no slight to Shannon Gugati, Wilson Hayes is just a slightly different level of grappler. So, very interesting fight here on the card this evening.
And here we go once again, ladies and gentlemen. This bout scheduled for 3 5-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing to you first, fighting out of the blue corner. He's a grappler standing 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighing in 140 1/4 pounds. He brings a professional record of 15 victories and 4 defeats. Fighting out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, USA. Here is Wilson Reis. And next his opponent across the cage, fighting out of the red corner. A mixed martial artist standing 5 feet 11 inches tall. He weighed in 135 pounds and brings a professional record of 11 victories and 3 defeats. Fighting out of Dublin, Ireland, here is Roddy! Owen Roddy! Referee in charge, Mark Goddard.
So Mark Goddard, the third man in the cage for this bantamweight contest, 3 5-minute rounds. We have Wilson Hayes in the black trunks with Rowdy Owen Roddy in the orange.
This was my early pick for Fight of the Night potential earlier on in the week here at Cage Warriors.
Roddy will have to have such flexible hips tonight. Flexible in the sense that he needs to get them forward for the knees and back to avoid the takedowns, like that.
Lovely takedown defense from Owen Roddy. Landed some good straight shots and sprawled the hips very well indeed. It's all going to play into the mind games.
I would imagine that Roddy needs to fire off early against Hayes, just so that Hayes is hesitant in coming forward to try and drag this to the mat.
That's exactly it. He's got to punish him every time he comes in, so that those opportunities become less and less for the Brazilian.
Southpaw stance for both fighters. I just can't believe that Roddy makes it to bantamweight so easily. He's a lofty 6 foot for a bantamweight.
Here we see some of these wild shots that Wilson Hayes can throw when he gets drawn into these striking exchanges.
Well, big hits there from Hayes. He does work his way in.
Yeah, he's managed to use that to close the distance very effectively.
Now, if Roddy was to be taken down,
straight to the back, though.
This is a good spot for Roddy to be if he had to be anywhere, with John Kavanagh right in his ear.
There you go.
Not,
single
however,
hook.
where he wanted to be at this stage of the
lovely
contest.
Scramble from Owen Roddy, though.
And he pushes him away. Asks for Hayes to get back to his feet. Wisely done.
Wilson Hayes looked as though he worked his way to the back position.
Hayes has got some powerful hands. Look at the way he's swinging with those. He's got Roddy stumbling.
Yeah, both guys with a lot of intention in their punches. I don't think it's going to take too many of those landing to see some effect.
Yeah, if Hayes gets momentum.
Oh, good catch of the kick. Not quite able to capitalise, though.
As I was saying, if Hayes gets momentum like that, he's just unstoppable.
Single leg attempt from Wilson Hayes. Looks to work to the back again. Roddy's got to try and scrape him off the cage here. Pulls him down. He's going to have to tuck his chin. No hooks, though. Let's see if Roddy can walk over the free hip. He's got to try and get his right elbow back and earns himself a good top position.
Does very well. That's going to do lots for his confidence, Josh.
We said he had good defence in the scrambles, and he's showing that fantastically well here. Wilson Hayes has thrown a couple of potential dangerous positions at him, and he's shaken them off like they were nothing.
This is going to be so exciting. Roddy looks like he's going to want to take Hayes out of there in just one way. He's got to be on the feet. However, Hayes looks, he's got the power in these strikes to trouble Roddy, and he is. He's troubling him here.
Big left hand.
Roddy goes stumbling.
Owen Roddy forced to recover here. Wilson Hayes.
Triangle.
Yep, from the back. Got to be careful he doesn't
straight.
Give up.
Real good pressure here from Hayes against the fence.
Well,
as Owen Roddy looks to get back to his feet, how well has he recovered?
Yeah, very well. He's got to deal with a strong underhook from Hayes, though, who kicks the ankle, pulls his man clean to the canvas.
Hayes is just scary in the way that he comes forward. 5'4", just a bundle of muscle.
Again, in this position, the short legs, you can see him just trying to free them very easily, but Roddy doing a good job of scrambling, trying to walk back to his fence, but giving his back. Yet again here, he's got to defend. The hook's doing it very well with that left shin. Trying to roll out.
Hayes so fluid with his transitions. It's difficult to keep up.
Yeah, Roddy scrambling very well, though.
He's doing very well at the moment. Very good.
Coming out the back door here as well.
Looks for the leg.
These are lovely scrambles from both of these fighters. It's going to be draining when they finally do find a moment of respite.
Such high-level stuff from both of these guys. And look at Owen Roddy come out the back door again.
Yeah, Hayes was trying to mount, and Owen Roddy managed to get his defence in. Conor McGregor on his feet in the corner of Roddy, doing head movement, doing strikes, willing his training partner on.
An educated crowd here in Glasgow, really appreciating the work from the Irishman.
Oh, Wilson Hayes turning the corner very nicely in on that takedown. Got hold of the hips and just spanned until the angle was too much for Roddy to deal with.
What an illuminating battle. A furious pace here as we reach the final moments of round one.
Body lock from the back for Wilson Hayes here. Wow.
Shrugged off by Roddy.
There's some strength in Owen Roddy, isn't there?
Josh, take a breath, my friend. Woo. That was something else.
What a round here at Cage Warriors 50. Wilson.
Sorry, let's have a look at these replays, Josh. And we see that Wilson Hayes was searching out the takedown, stuffed by Roddy. But it's the way that Hayes comes through. He's searching with the looping shots, sometimes connects. It doesn't matter really, because what he wants is to take it down. Anything else is just a bonus.
Yeah, he did have that huge left hand that looked as though it's worried Roddy briefly. Here it is, I think. There we go.
Yeah, left hand, and again, it's the second one on the way down, which looked really hurtful.
My question now, John, is how long can Wilson Hayes keep this pace up? It was a tough weight cut for him. Is that going to take its toll here?
Well, we shall find out as we enter round number 2 in our co-main event of the evening. We saw Conor McGregor there in the corner of Owen Roddy. He will be performing at Cage Warriors 51 in New Year's Eve.
Yeah, what a title fight that is to look forward to.
Yeah, looking to double up on the featherweight title that he already has. He fights Ivan Bushinga in the lightweight. Mark Goddard not satisfied that Roddy was dry enough to start the round. But they're back underway now. Good kick there from Roddy.
Yeah, he's turned the hip and the leg of Wilson Hayes a couple of times with those strikes. Hayes not quite able to get the body lock he was looking for. Cheeky hand on the way through, though. Again, that left finds the mark.
Some swelling now to the right eye of Owen Roddy as he's eaten quite a few of those left hooks.
Again, Hayes is hustling for a takedown. Switched off from one single to the other side.
Hustling is an understatement. You know, he's like a dog with a bone, isn't he? He's really going after it.
Well, once he's done the hard work of earning the entry, it's a case of staying in there until the job is done.
He paused for a moment there, Josh.
Body shots coming in from Owen Roddy.
Yeah, big gulp and a big deep breath from Wilson Hayes.
Owen Roddy's throwing these low kicks almost as though they're sweeps as well. He's throwing them very low on his opponent's legs and really looking to take the base away with each strike.
Yeah, that is an intentional technique from striking. Oh, there's that knee.
It's the first one he's thrown. I'm surprised it's taken him, what, 7 minutes to do it here?
Yeah, it's been met with applause that height difference, 5'4" versus 5'11", 6 foot.
Well, his punch, Hayes is having to punch up the whole time, and it's just that bit more tiring for him.
Yeah.
Again, when he's throwing with the kind of intention and power that he is, I should imagine the whole thing's draining.
You can engage the legs throwing upwards if you're pushing forward off of the front foot.
Hayes' takedown attempt slowly becoming that bit more searching now. Everyone that is stuffed or shrugged off is going to be a tick in the motivation of Rowdy Owen Roddy.
Roddy is definitely looking to leg kick his way through Hayes.
Oh, lovely switch.
Yeah, nice.
But Hayes has climbed his way to the back.
Needs to keep blocking that leg.
See if he can get a hook in. He's had a lot of trouble securing this back position. Roddy's done a fantastic job of blocking one or both hooks in all of these exchanges so far.
Oh, there's just such sweet jiu-jitsu there. It was defensive jiu-jitsu from Roddy.
Hayes really looked a little lax in that transition and paid the price with the loss of position.
Owen Roddy needs to keep his hands up. His chin's a bit tall. It's getting clipped. 2 minutes to go in round number 2.
We hear the Brazilian Portuguese coming from the corner of Wilson Hayes.
Hayes is slowing down. Another deep breath there. With Roddy standing in front of him, he's going to take heart from that. Roddy looking for an accumulation of strikes to slow down Wilson Hayes.
Those kicks are really starting to mount up on the right calf of Wilson Hayes.
That was ambitious from Hayes.
Certainly from the range he was throwing it at.
Well, he's vertically challenged by comparison.
Oh, finds the right hand through though. Just searching from too far, and Roddy makes him pay again. This is really the fight that Roddy was hoping for now. Hayes searching for takedowns to no avail.
Left. Great straight left from Roddy.
Straight punches and footwork now are probably the order of the day for Owen Roddy.
Everything's still at such a fast pace.
Wilson Hayes in on a single leg again. He's going to look to strip the post of Roddy, take that base away, but it's an awkward position for him here with the way his head is positioned as Roddy looks to get under the chin himself.
Hayes is looking to slow down the fight, but Roddy is having none of it. 30 seconds left.
I believe his box has just become dislodged.
That's unfortunate. I'm not sure he's been given the time by Mark Goddard either. A good 1-2. Hayes counter-punching now, as a lot of his energy has been spent.
Well, the pace has slowed a little here, but no lack of action.
Yeah, Roddy is saying, you know, I just need to adjust my box, but there was no time for that. Oh, there it
I
is.
think his box actually got almost spun the whole way round.
We don't need to see that, ladies and gentlemen. And let's have a look at the replays here. And that was Hayes with those looping left hook shots.
Yeah, they did.
There's that knee,
They
the
did
first one of the
find the mark.
evening. Yes, I see what you're saying, Josh. He just didn't have the control to pull him back onto him.
Didn't stay tight enough to the body. Those leg kicks from Owen Roddy are really starting to do the damage now, though, and this fight really is all going to come down to cardio. Who's got the bigger gas tank here?
Someone needs to make a real impression on this match. A lot at stake here in the bantamweight division. Wilson Hayes has come an awful long way to be here this evening. He will be digging very deep indeed. He wanted an exciting fight, wanted to put something on, a good show for the fans. They're certainly doing that. Third and final round. Wilson Hayes in the black trunks. Owen Roddy in the orange shorts. SBG fighter, a name that is becoming synonymous with Cage Warriors. middleweight and featherweight championship belts are hanging in that gym.
Let's see if Wilson puts a different game plan to use here in this third round. He's got to find some way to drag it to the mat.
Both of these fighters will be questioning. Oh, that's a big shot there from Wilson Reis.
Wow,
He's
huge
working
shot
some
from
elbows.
Wilson Reis. And this could be the last surge.
He's been
from the
urged to
Brazilian.
continue.
He's found a second win from somewhere.
What a recovery momentarily from Roddy.
Wow, what a chin has Owen Roddy got. And he looks as though he's really gasping for air here.
Yeah, desperate times for Roddy as the arm triangle.
The arm triangle's coming in from Wilson Reis. Oh, as he looks to take the back now. Interesting decision. I thought that choke was there, but he's working.
He's got a lot of time, Josh.
I think he's under the chin with the short choke. Roddy, I think, choosing to go to sleep.
He's out.
Wow.
He's asleep, and we have a winner. Wilson Reis finds it in his arsenal to submit Roddy. It's an amazing turnaround in that final stages of the fight.
I do not know where he found the energy for that, but when he landed that shot, wow, relentless.
It took till round number 3 for Wilson Reis to find a way through the defences of Owen Roddy, and it was the striking that set it up. He snuck in the rear naked choke, a short choke, and Roddy went to sleep. A gallant effort from Owen Roddy, who showed so many skills this evening, from his Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu to his wrestling. But Wilson Reis is an elite level fighter. A damn nice guy as well. And he's going over to see whether Roddy is okay. He's a bit of a bloody mess at the moment. Let's take a look at some of this action. Roddy walked straight into a right hand, and then a number of left elbows and forearms. And when you have a decorated Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu practitioner on your back trying to put you to sleep, you're going to have to dig very deep to avoid that. And unfortunately, Roddy was not able to do so. But rather than tap, he went to sleep. But we have a winner. It was going to be so very close on the judges' scorecards. A very, very tough fight indeed. But I think we're about ready to send it back to the cage and over to Joe Martinez.
Ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 32 seconds. Round number 3, we have a technical submission by rear naked choke. Your winner declared, Wilson Reis.
The winner, Wilson Reis, is with Josh.
We're here with our winner, Wilson Reis. Wilson, you looked for takedown after takedown, but in the end it was the hands that did the damage. Talk us through the end of that fight.
I was just, a little fatigued, and I was just waiting for the open. My hands were heavy and I was landing. I was just following up right, and actually second round, I guess, but I knew that I was in control. I just had to fight the gap. Owen did a fantastic job. He stopped my shots, and I heard him before, and he kept going. I'm just so thankful that I was able to finish the fight. And here in Glasgow, I hope you guys like the fight. Beautiful state, beautiful country. I just want to thank you, everybody that stick with me, my teams, my close to me, my family, my sponsor, Bad Boy Case MMA. All you guys are very close to me. You know who you are. I love you. Thank you.
Well, I think you've said everything that needs to be said. Ladies and gentlemen, big round of applause for your winner here on Cage Warriors, Wilson Reis.